Morning, Piggy.
Morning.
What's up, Piggy?
The sun, the moon, the sky. Tops of trees. Birds.
Airplanes if they don't fall.
Yeah. Satellites.
All sorts of things are up in there.
All sorts of things are up. Slow your roll there, sister. Oh, me. It is Friday morning. We out and about. We're going to stop by and get some gas. It's that time. That's something that's up. She got to get a couple of things. And we'll stop by the grocery store next to the gas station we're going to go to. Get those things.
Might just get everything I need in there and not worry about going to the dollar store later.
That'll work too. Get her done, get her done.
I hate shopping to begin with.
Right. That's one thing among the many that I appreciate about Elaine. She's like me, she likes to get in and get out. Get her done. Not spend a whole lot of time. We ain't shoppers. You know, even when we're shopping, we know pretty much where we want to go, what we want to get. We get out, and we get gone.
I'm not a window shopper.
You know, that's one good thing about modern day electronics and all like that. You can window shop from your computer.
Yeah.
You know.
Figure out what you want and look.
Find out where it's at.
Yeah.
Get a rough idea anyway. Well, folks, we've had a wonderful week. As y'all know, this past Saturday, we had that thing at Biggins, and that was a wonderful time. You know, been some celebrations. There's been some concerns among those whom we know and love and everything. And those things have turned out good. There's been some loss in our YouTube family. Madonna Kickapoo Crafty Cat. You know, that was, we all knew it was coming, but that don't make it any easier in the knowing. You know, like my daddy, when he died, I prayed for 15 years, God, to make sure he got it right in the end. You know, so I'd been prepared for 15 years for his, but it was still a blow when it actually happened. You know, so nothing ever fully prepares you for that part of it, but you know, even when you know it's coming.
Most definitely, because every time I take my mama to the doctor, they were surprised she was still alive.
Yeah.
And then when time came, I wasn't ready. I was ready, but I wasn't ready.
Yeah. You know, there's many out there, you know, I empathize and sympathize with them and all like that. You know, because they ain't wowzy woo-woos about it.
Yeah.
You know, they put it out there and you can tell they're hurting over it and everything. And the way they talk about it, you can tell they ain't expressing that simply from the point of view of how it affects them. You know, they do it from the point of view of how it affects everybody.
Yep.
You know, now they'd rather have that person there, but you know, they know that it's going to happen. The wowzy woos, you can tell they make it all about them.
Yeah.
And how it's going to affect them. Now, So there's difference, folks. There's difference.
Mhm.
But anyway, we overall, you got to take the good with the bad and everything, because that's life. Death is a part of life, and that ugly green
Yeah.
might not look so bad on the right kind of car, but I don't know.
I don't know that there is a right kind of car for that color of green. I mean, I
It
really
might
don't.
be all right if there was splashes of accent of that color on it, or something else. But
I just don't know.
you know, like I said, death is a part of life. You know, we don't leave until our purpose is served.
Yep.
You know,
Once we've accomplished everything we're supposed to accomplish.
right? Well, God already has a set time for each of us. We each have an expiration date stamped on us,
Yep.
and it'll come after our purpose has been served. And I know it's hard on folks to lose a parent and everything.
Parent, child, grandparent.
But I see it like this. When their purpose has been served, God brings them home. If they've chosen God, God brings them home. Otherwise, they go another way. Those are the ones I really feel sorry for, feel bad about. But it's like this. A lot of times, the purpose that is being served and has been served is when it comes to a point that person's children, whether they realize it or not, are ready to be able to handle life on their own and then become patriarchs and matriarchs of their families to carry on. A lot of folks, and I understand it, they get that lifeline cut when a parent passes on. It's like, who do I turn to? Now it's on me. Well, if you weren't ready for it, that parent still be there. Their purpose would not have been yet served. That's the whole point of being a parent, is you're preparing your children to become an adult that can handle life. So you teach them and prepare them for the pitfalls of life as well as you do for the good things in life. And try to teach them to see and hopefully avoid those pitfalls. And when your purpose has been served, their purpose has been served, it's time to go home. And yeah, that's a lifeline being cut, but when it's time for a bird to fly, mama bird pushes them out the nest. They hit the ground, well, they don't make it. So, it's kind of like sink or swim. It's time. And, because life is hard.
Yep.
So we have to be strong and made strong in order to make it through this life, have the right kind of perspective and perception. on things. And so that's how I see it, you know, when a parent is brought home, that person's children are ready to be pushed out the nest. And you either fly or you don't. And then you rejoice in the fact that that parent has gone home to their reward of having run their race. Yeah, that's hard to do. But what do I do with it? Well, you've got good parents. At least one good parent. They're still there. They in your heart. All you got to do is search your heart for all the things that they've said to you over the years, and you'll find that wisdom that you're looking for. And then you'll be the one putting that wisdom out there to your children, preparing them for the day that you get to go home. I ain't got children, so a lot of people might think, well, you ain't got a leg to stand on to talk about such things. Yeah, I do. It's biblical for one. You know, read it, you'll see it. It talks about all sorts of stuff like that. Prepare your children. Teach them in the ways of the Lord so they won't falter, so that if they do stray, they will come back to the Lord. You know, because they'll recognize once they get out there and say, oh man, I'm messing up. They'll come back to the Lord. You know, so while I may not have children biologically, God has given me children in other ways. There's young men and young women out there who look to me to get a word, and it's, you know, a little encouragement, a little advice. And sometimes I tell them stuff, not realize I've told them something they've needed. That's a God thing. God does that.
Sometimes it's just a little bit of encouragement that they're not getting from anybody else. Just
right.
You're doing good. You're a great parent. You're a great young person.
Right.
Yeah.
And I got one, you know, show you know that was her sign. It was a bit of smoke from a fire of some sort. It was up in the shape of a nest. That's her sign. I said, your sign? She said, the reason I'm still here, she's talking about her son.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, well, honey, I said, you're still here because God says it ain't your time. I said, yeah, he has used your son as part of that to make you realize you ain't done yet. And I said, you're also still here because he knows that Piggy needs to know that you're still here. And she calls me something else. And everything is very endearing. But, you know, let her know. I still need to know that she's still here. Because I love her. And folks, it ain't just younger people that look to me. It's older folks too.
Mm-hmm.
And some of you have questioned that as to, well, how can you see me as a youngin'? But folks, just like I've said many times, among the things that God has shown me, one of them is He once allowed me to see all of us through his eyes. You know, that puts a whole different perspective on things when talking to folks. I don't care if you're 9 or 90. I still see you as a youngin', because I've seen all of us through God's eyes. And that's something else. And I don't know why I got up on that topic. I know there's a reason. You know. But yeah, when those times come, it's because that purpose has been served. God done set that time long ago, and you're ready to become that patriarch and the one that others in the family come to for that advice. You know, mainly and specifically your children. Now it's your turn to be that. You've got, and then you get grandchildren come along. Now you are that which your parents were to your children. You know, an everlasting, ongoing process, preparing them for things about life. So, and it's still a good thing. And knowing how hard this life is, you get on up in age, you know, you're ready to go home. You're going to be grateful for when that day comes for you. You know, having been dead and experienced a taste of heaven, I've told Elaine, honey, I love you, but if it happens again and it's my time, I ain't looking back.
Piggy gonna run as fast as his little legs can run.
Well, you know, not that it would do any good. If God says it ain't my time, I'm coming back. He done shown me that 3 times already. You know, as I've mentioned before, I've tried to take myself out. He didn't allow that to happen either. You know, so I'm here until it's time for me not to be here. But, you know, a little over 10 years ago, I was planning and setting up to try it again. And then God brought me a reason not to think about it anymore. I couldn't wait for that day. And since then, you know, God gave me a reason to want to live. And in the last 3 to 5 years, He's given me many more reasons to want to live. And they're called Derek, Johnny, Joe, Ginger, Christine, Mama Linda. The list goes on. That's a whole lot of reasons to want to continue to live. You know, now it's a matter of, I want to live. You know, I'm broke up, busted up, and everything. Ain't much good except to sit here and run my mouth. But I'm at the point now in my life, being in that kind of shape, where I'm now malleable for God's purpose in my life. So, you know, and it makes a person want to live. Is it hard? Oh yeah. But I've never had such a good time and such a great outlook on things. Piggy loves you.